If Houston is having financial problems that limit its ability to fire unsuccessful head coaches, if that is the reason that baseball, softball, and women's basketball has seen no change in leadership, where is this new revenue going to come from? Is it going to come from donors? Is it going to come from Tillman? Are there other Tillmans out there? I choose to believe there are additional wealthy alums besides Tillman. But where is this new revenue going to come from? It's not just by being a member of the Big 12. Will TDECU Stadium be sold out for football home games? Will the football season ticket base swell to 15,000, 20,000 season ticket holders every year? That's revenue for athletics. Is that likely with head coach Willie Fritz in charge? Is that going to happen? If it doesn't happen, where is this new revenue going to come from? I'm not saying Houston should partner with CAS. Texas Tech is one of the universities that has been mentioned to have been in discussions with CAS. That's the one that's been made public. But I'm asking you guys and ladies, where is this new revenue going to come from for schools like the University of Houston to pay the student assets? They keep saying student athletes. I say student assets. This share of revenue, this $17 to $22 million annually for the next 10 years. I don't have that kind of money. I'd like to know folks and work with folks who do have that kind of money to support the Houston Roundball Review for sure. I'll say this. I choose to believe this because this is accurate. The Houston administration, I hope they had the foresight to realize this was inevitable. Folks were talking about this 4 or 5 years ago about revenue sharing for athletes. It was coming. It was coming down the line. But I hope President Couture, Chris Pesman, Tillman Fertitta, board members, I hope they planned ahead, had their eyes wide open to realize, look, we're now in the Big 12. We are going to do whatever it takes to stay in the Big 12. If that means $20 to $30 million annually for the next 10 years to the players, so be it. We're going to get it done. I hope that is what they saw 3 years ago. I hope they aren't shell shocked about this and cowering behind closed doors. Oh my gosh, what the hell are we going to do now? I'm choosing to be positive. That's a rarity for me. But I'm choosing to be positive that they are prepared for this. Do I have a lot of confidence in them for doing the right thing? Hell no, of course not. Because as Mr. Tran says and has said for a year, how long you been saying this, Tran? 2 years? 2 years? As long as I've been saying it, almost. But Ronald Hugh, he's not going anywhere. They're not going to fire him. If it hasn't happened by now, it won't happen this summer. It won't happen this season. But as Rex says, they should have a goal of being the top school of the conference. Yes. I mean, that's their stated goal. They talk it. They have not walked it. Coach Willie Fritz, I believe, is the right person in charge of football. It took them 2 years too long to realize it, that they had the wrong person in charge of football. But Coach Fritz will right the sinking ship of Houston Cougars football. I have no hope for Houston Cougars baseball, Houston Cougars women's basketball, Houston Cougars softball. At least golf teams, men and women's teams, made the first round of the NCAA tournament. But this money deal, this revenue sharing, it's happening. It's going to start next summer. I hope the people in charge of my alma mater are prepared and have their ducks in the right rows to get this corrected. So I hope they're finally being proactive when it comes to revenue sharing and not reactive. This is a big deal. Being in the Power Four, being in the Big 12, because more changes are coming. Consolidation is probably coming at some point in the future. The Super 2 is going unchecked, all because of football. Super 2 going to have 20, 22, 24 members, even though you only play 12 regular season football games. You're going to expand to twice as many members than you have football games in a season. But that's okay. We're going to do it because we can. Not because we should, but because we can. Because the TV networks are going to say, yeah, we'll give you money. We'll keep giving you money. We don't care about Vanderbilt and Northwestern and Houston and Baylor and TCU. We don't care about them. And the fans are too blind to realize what we're doing to them. They don't care either. They'll keep spending their money. Oh, as long as it's not my school getting cut. Oh, I don't care what happens to football. And that's what you get. Because a long time ago, I thought the consumer was always right. That's what I thought. That's what I was taught growing up. So if enough fans years ago would have stopped falling for this greed and took a stand, maybe some of this stuff would have been nipped in the bud years ago. But that horse left the barn a long time ago.